Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Hey folks, welcome back to Fearless Frank Reviews. I just got a text from Joe saying he's out of town for a while. Yeah. Yeah, I saw his last video. I don't know how the hell that whole thing happened. I am just as confused as all of you guys are. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, how he wound up getting the state police to follow him, I had no idea. He was just going out to get some milk. What the hell did he do? You know, at this point, I might as well make sure he does an entire month of videos for being such a dick. Yeah. But either way, that's his fuck up. So, okay. Now, I'm sure you guys remember that a few days ago when I did Cloverfield, I said I was going to do a film starring Michelle Trachtenberg, right? Well, here it is, folks. I decided to do EuroTrip. And yeah, that's definitely her right there in the foreground, and the unrated sign is literally covering her boobs. And no, guys, you and just gonna spoil it right now. You don't see anything from her other than her being in a sexy bikini. There's even like some stuff that was cut from the movie, and I'll get to that later. But other than that, what do I think about this movie Euro Trip? It's pretty funny. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in a long while, and yeah, kind of forgot how funny it was. It's sort of a spiritual sequel to the movie Road Trip, and ironically, there's actually been a couple of Road Trip film spin-offs, and even there was an old school film spin-off too at some point. You know, no one of the same guys who made this film also made the Hangover film. The only difference is the Hangover franchise actually was more successful than this one was. Yeah, go figure. So today's film is Euro Trip. Enjoy. So let's get started with the movie, shall we? There we go. All right, so the movie basically is all about a guy named Scotty, and if you want to make if you want to make this reference song joke, Scotty doesn't know. Where the fuck do you think it came from? And I just want to say that song fucking sucks. How do I know this? My Muay Thai teacher back, when I used to do Muay Thai training, God, he made fun of this song so many times. I told him I like the movie, but I hate the song. God, so the movie is all about Scotty, his best friend Cooper, Jenny, played by Michelle, and her twin brother Jamie. They're the worst twins ever. Yep. So it's all about them, mm, basically going through Europe. But why is that? Basically, okay, Scotty. So they all just graduate from high school, and the twins are going off to Europe to actually have a vacation. uh, Have a vacation while Sky's going to do an internship, and it turns out he was getting ready to hang out with his girlfriend Fiona, and Fiona was actually cheating on them the entire time, and it doesn't exactly help that Fiona's actress is actually the same actress who played Lana Lang in the Smallville series. And no, you don't see anything from her either. Although ironically, the only actress from Smallville that I do know of that actually did show something was actually the actress who played Lois Lane, and she was the topless girl that was actually in House of the Dead. And now that I said that out loud, why was she even in that movie anyway? Fucking Christ! You know, now that I said House of the Dead, I'm surprised I didn't even review a Uwe Boll film yet. And again, what the hell would I? Anyway, so it turns out she was cheating on him the whole time, and Scott and his buddy Cooper, along with Jenny and Jamie, actually wound up going to a party. And while Cooper is basically trying to perv his way into some cute girl's pants, literally, and it almost worked, but it backfires in the end. A band, some band shows up, and the band is actually being led by lead singer Matt Damon. And no, he doesn't actually sing it. Some other band actually sings the song, and he dedicates the song to his girl Fiona. Wow! And here's the thing: Fiona is actually just graduating from being a junior in high school. So she's practically what, 16, 17 at least. Yeah, and it turns out she was banging the dude the entire time for an entire year. Uh, you do realize, of course, that she's underage, right? You're going to prison, you dumb shit. I am so sorry, folks, but the fact that the band actually did not have any repercussions happening to them afterwards, it's kind of fucking stupid. Although I've heard that there was actually that there's actually a cut with the movie. This is supposedly a deleted scene where it turns out the band actually went to prison because they all did a gangbang with the girl, and it turns out she was underage the whole time, and she was later arrested too. Why that didn't make it in the film, I don't know. It should have been in the movie because it would have been fucking hilarious, and the song later got banned. Why that didn't make it to the film again, I don't know. So the song Scotty doesn't know actually plays, and well, Cooper actually gets kicked out, and he goes, "Oh, hey Scotty, what's up? Hey, this band rocks. Fiona cheated on me with the entire band. Damn, bro." So Scotty gets completely shit faced drunk, and he vents to his pen pal Mike over in Germany. Now, here's another thing too. We find out that Scotty's been talking to Mike back and forth. Now, here's the thing. Mike's name is actually spelled Mieke. Here's the thing. If you know anything about German, you know for a fact it's that's not how it's pronounced. It's not pronounced Mike, it's pronounced Mika. And it's a common German name for a girl. And Sky doesn't figure this out until a little bit later. So the thing is, Mika actually. So Mike, or yeah, I'm just going to say Mike for right now. Mike actually says that he wants to get together, and well, Scotty is completely shit faced drunk, and he's not right in the head at the moment. And of course, he remembers that Cooper said something stupid earlier on that the guy would want to meet up and actually steal his organs, and so he declines and everything. But then he gets passed out. But the thing is, yeah, keep this in mind. He was completely fucking drunk beyond belief. He doesn't remember what he wrote down. Then his little brother comes in and he says, "Dude, this chick really wants to get with you. What are you talking about? Mike's a dude." No, bro, it's pronounced Mika, not Mike. Look, okay, here. He even shows him a picture of a guy and a girl. See, this is Mike right here. This guy right here is Mike, and this is Jan, his cousin. His brother, who's extremely young, he's looking at him like, "Oh my god, you're a fucking moron." What? It's not pronounced Jan, it's pronounced Jan, which is a man's name in German. And that's Mika. The girl there is Mika. That's the girl you were talking to the entire time. And he puts two and two together and he goes, "Ah!" Basically, everybody hears it though. And well, we actually see Mika, and yeah, she's a little disappointed in what just happened, so she blocks so she blocks Scott, and he tries to send her an email, but it's a little late because she blocked him. Fuck. And well, Cooper goes, "Hey man, what's up, dude? I'm in love with my pen pal." "Oh man, so you're finally admitting the fact that you're gay? You know what? I accept you for being gay." "What the fuck are you talking about? You said you're in love with your pen pal Mike. It's Mika." "What? Dude, remember this girl?" "Yeah, that's the guy right. Yeah, the guy right there. That's Mike, isn't it?" "No, his name is pronounced. No, that's Jan. Oh, I'm sorry. not Jan, Jan. It's pronounced Jan. This is Mike, but they call her Mika, which is a common German name for a girl, which means Michelle. Oh man, you fucked up. You think? Oh man. So eventually, Cooper convinces Scotty he should go to Europe on a trip to go and find Nika, and he does. And I should mention Cooper is actually doing an internship at a law firm, and he decides to go on vacation. Yeah, kind of a dick move. Do you remember? Okay, you guys remember when I did Harold and Kumar, and we had and the movie started with with those two guys who actually put all the stuff, all the work on Harold, and basically they get to do like a kick-ass night, and they actually get laid and party and everything. Yeah, that's basically exactly what Cooper kind of does. The only difference is in the movie. The only difference is, well, if that was actually Cooper, he would have got his ass fired and tossed in prison possibly for being such a dickhead. I think. Anyway, eventually they decide they actually take a trip over over to England because there's no flights to Germany to go to Germany. So they make it to England, where they decide to actually go, where they decide to go get some beer because there's no underage drinking over there. Well, I should say there's no age limit to the drinking. And they go to a private club, and they go to into a beer pub, and it's actually a hooligan pub. What I mean by that is, it turns out they're hardcore Manchester fans in British soccer, or as they call it, British football. And who leads the team? Vinny fucking Jones. And oh man, shenanigans ensue, and well, since they're hooligans, the hooligans is basically for those of you who don't understand, I'm sure you remember the movie Green Street Hooligans. All right, that's basically where it's a bunch of bunch of football fans actually just become rowdy football fans. They just beat the shit out of like all their rivals. Yeah, it's kind of like that. So they actually so the first British pub these guys go to is actually a hooligan pub, and they actually become friends with all the patrons. And they all get completely shit faced drunk, and they're actually on their way to France, on their way to Paris for like one of the game for a Paris game. And ironically, the twins are there too. So yeah, so Scott and Cooper actually go along with them, and they decide to meet the twins in Paris. So when they get to Paris, what happens? Vinny, whose name is Matt. Wait a minute, let me look at his name up real quick. Mad Maynard. Okay, Mad Maynard or MM. He sees a French football fan. And he goes, "Oi, look, let's get this horse!" And everybody just goes over there and beats the shit out of the guy. While Scott and Cooper go and meet the twins, and they go meet the twins, and they go, "Hey, let's go on a tour, shall we?" All right, and everywhere they go, there's like lines everywhere. And of course, Cooper sees, oh no, look at that. It's a fucking guy acting like a robot. Like, and Cooper and Sky goes, come on, man, you just. And Sky just makes fun of him, and then he starts doing the robot thing, and then he does a robot thing that gets more attention than the actual robot guy. And so the street corner robot guy challenges Sky to a robot fight, and it's actually one of the more funny. It's actually one of the funniest things in the whole movie. I'm not gonna lie. I had to stop I had to stop every 10 seconds to catch my breath from laughing. So yeah, so they go into a robot fight, and there's this guy who's playing like this this Chinese music, obviously with the Chinese guitar, and he goes, "Bling, brr, brr," and he sees them for fighting. He's like, oh, and he starts playing the song to make sure they start fighting. Well, and Scotty wins by kicking him in the balls. Yep. So eventually, they hop on a train, and they go straight to another and do some train hopping. And well, they decided to go check out a nude beach. It's like, oh, awesome! But the thing is, Cooper, but the thing is, Jamie wanted to go to this other beach first, where this one statue is, but the guys wanted to go to the nude beach, and of course, Jenny's like, "Okay, let's go to the nude beach." Right. So they get to the nude beach, and there's nothing but dudes there. Yeah. So they look up the tourist guidebook that by Stromer that Jamie happens to have with him all the time. He looks it over. It's like, okay, this is one of the best nude beaches in Europe. However, turn the page. All the women actually wind up. All the women entomologists actually who go to this beach actually go to the other one where the statue is. So if they went to the one to the statue where Jamie wanted to go to, they would have been knee deep in all nude women. Wow. Wow. They probably should have actually let him finish reading. So yeah, they actually get. So yeah, Jenny finally arrives at the beach. She's like, "Guys, thanks a lot. Seriously." She takes her shirt off and she's like now in full bikini mode, and she's about to take her top off. And the guys are like, "Wait a minute!" They turn and see all the men look together. And Jamie literally just looks at her like, "No, cover up, cover up, oh, cover up!" And all the guys are just looking at her like, "Girl, girl, girl." So they all just book it. And it's a bunch of naked men chasing after them because, wow, it's a girl. We're finally getting to see a girl. Wow. That's really fucking. Well, that's one vacation spot ruined. Oh, yeah. So they do more train hopping, and they actually meet up an Italian guy who's actually kind of a creeper, and it's one of the SNL actors. I keep forgetting his name. It's Fred something, but yeah, whatever. He's pretty perverted, and they kick him out of his cabin every time. So yeah. Now they go to Amsterdam, where Jamie needs to go get his camera fixed up a bit though, and it's actually a prize camera he really likes a lot. While Cooper decides to go check out this one sex place because he really wants that hot European sex, this is going to backfire on him. And while Jenny and Scotty decide to go actually go try some customary foods, and well, here's everything that happens. Uh, Scotty and Jenny actually try a bunch of brownies. They thought it was a bunch of hash brownies, but it turns out it wasn't really hash brownies. They actually were freaking out. They were acting like they were high, but it turns out no, it was just Dutch cooking, and they thought they were high, but it really was nothing. Plus, it's pretty funny when the waiter just goes, "Yeah, that's right. They're just it's regular Dutch cookies. It's regular Dutch brownies, you fool. Now put your pants back on, white boy." Oh, yeah. I mean, seriously. Wait, you don't sell hash brownies? No, we don't sell them. All right. Besides, it's one of the bars. Besides, it's one of the bakeries down the street that sells them. We don't sell it here. Uh, plus, mainly people get. Plus, mainly the cops have actually told us not to sell them for obvious reasons because there was a bit of an incident a few years back. So, yeah, we don't sell them here. As for Cooper, he goes to a sex dungeon to get some nice hot European sex, and the biggest dominatrix there is actually, well, it's Lucy Lawless, and you're thinking you're gonna see her, the answer is dream on. You ain't gonna see shit. Why? Because you see everything in this. Yeah, I got the entire fucking series. I mean, not the whole, except for the House of Asher, mainly because of the fact I don't really care about the House of Asher. Yeah, I'll just stick with the whole Spartacus show. It's an awesome show, by the way. Anyway, while Cooper gets settled in, it turns out it's actually a really, really messed up dominatrix type place where he gets more than he bargained for, and he kind of regrets going in there. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to go into full detail what happens. If I did, my channel probably get demonetized for obvious reasons. Okay. As for Jamie, he actually gets his camera cleaned up, but here's the thing. The girl is really interested in this camera and she's really interested in him, and so she goes to town on him. So yeah, he gets lucky. Let me go to town. I mean, downtown, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and while she's giving him a downtown tour, a mugger comes up to him though, and he's like, "Oh yes, I love you." It's like a mugger comes up to him, "Wow, what do you want?" It's like, "I want your money." What's wrong with you? So he just gives them his wallet with all their passports and everything. Goes, "Hey, just take it, get out of here." No, you're doing fine. Oh yes, I love. And here's the thing: he's saying "I love you" and everything to the girl, but the mugger's just looking at him like, um, um. I was supposed to mugger. They go, "Oh wait, what the hell is wrong?" Oh, okay, I'll just, here, you know what, here, keep it. You deserved it. I'm out of here. At least that would have happened, but it didn't. It would have been funny if it did happen, though. But nope. Next morning, they all meet up, and Jamie and Jenny and Scott are just staying together. Like that was really messed up. Yeah, it was messed up. And while Cooper's limping his way over there, I was like, "Hey guys, hey, nice shirt. Yeah, it's a free shirt they give you. So what'd you do last night? I don't want to talk about it. What'd you two do last night? We don't want to talk about it. We want to talk about it. Oh, so while Jamie just walks in, a little pimping out, like, "Hey guys, what's up? What happened to you?" "Oh, I got robbed, but it was awesome." So anyway, they decided to hitchhike their way all. So they decided to hitchhike their way all the way to Berlin because since they're in Amsterdam, they're trying to hitchhike their way into Berlin, and so while they're trying to do everything to get people's attention, so Jenny decides, well, she's a girl. Here's the way to work. She flashes everybody with her bra on, but yeah, people just drive right by and like, they don't really care. Okay. By the way, I should mention this is actually a deleted. This is actually one of the deleted scenes, but many people have suggested, okay, it should have stayed in the movie because it's actually because the end result, it's really kind of funny what happens. I mean, she seriously goes, she goes literally full topless, and she's trying to wave people down. And like, look at titties! 18 years old, come and pick me up. It's really funny because everybody's just straight up ignoring her too. And the joke is like, Jenny, I hate to tell you this, but we're in Europe. They have orange juice commercials with naked women and dildos. You have to show them something a little different. So yeah, that doesn't exactly work. And she's really bummed out it didn't work. But that's actually one of the many deleted scenes that was actually in the movie. But honestly, many people have actually complained it should have been in the movie because it's fucking hilarious. And the end result that she did all that for nothing. Just looking at her face was like, wow, that's priceless. And Cooper has been trying to is trying to cop a feel and see the whole thing. And Jamie and Scott have been keeping him on the floor as she's trying to do her thing, and nothing happens. Wow, all that for nothing. Oh well. And like I said before, you don't see anything. Just the implication joke itself is just ridiculously hilarious, though. But they do actually wind up getting a ride for somebody. But since Scott's German is pretty bad, they completely screwed up. And all right, they actually wind up going all the way to Batsa Slana. I can't really know where it is. It's further away from. It's actually a little bit. It's further away than you think from Berlin. So they wound up in another place that's a poor section of Europe. And since they have no money whatsoever, they actually cop up all the money they have on them, which is like, all right, they actually have small American change. So what they do? Well, it turns out the exchange rate actually makes them live luxurious. And there is this one guy they actually meet who actually speaks perfect English, and he's actually a huge fan of the Miami Vice. But it turns out the American programming they're actually getting over that section of Europe is actually from the 80s, so it's like a couple of decades behind. But he's loving it, every minute of it. So what they do, they kick back. They kick back and they have a great time. They get themselves pampered and go partying. And they decide to actually try something called. And ironically, there's a guy there that Jenny met earlier in Paris that she wanted to get with. And so what? She's trying to get with this one guy, And what are the guys doing? They're trying out this one illegal drink called absinthe, which is basically like green juice. And they're having several shots of it. Like, man, this shit will fuck you up. All right, so they're trying it. Like, Jamie's like, I'm not feeling it, man. Cooper, man, I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm completely sober. Scotty, I'm not feeling shit at all. I've been like shit faced several times on this trip. Hey, little green fairy, you feeling anything? A little green fairy's right next to him, like, man, I ain't feeling shit. Man, just keep the faith, man. You got it, brother. Oh, fuck. Okay, so the green fairy's another memorable moment in the movie. Anyway, the guy that Jenny's trying to get with turns out he's actually a super player, and well, he'll sleep with anybody, men and women. She gets very pissed off, so she goes over there and drinks some more absinthe, and then they all just party like crazy. And eventually, like Scott and Cooper actually sober up a bit by just drinking regular alcohol and some whiskey, and they're sobering up a bit though. It's like, hey man, oh man, look at that, Jamie's hooking up again. So yeah, Jamie's making out with some girl until they turn, and it turns out he's making out with Jenny. Yeah, it's like, wow, what the fuck? Green Fairy pops up behind him. Man, that's really fucked up. Yep, it is. Yeah, totally, bro. They are really the world's worst twins. They are, truly. But we love them regardless. We do. Anyway, once they snap out of it, they completely scream their lungs out. And the next morning, they just go in complete silent mode. Until Cooper actually has to be an ass and go, stay out with your sister. He basically pummels the shit out of him until the guy they met earlier goes, hey, Americans, what's up? Where's the beef? Am I right? Hey, so you guys said you wanted to go to Germany, right? Yeah, we're trying to get to Berlin. All right, hop on in. I gotta make it. Hey, hop on in. I have to make a delivery over there anyway. Wait, you just gonna give us a ride? Oh yeah, I love you guys. Why does it look like you two? Why does it look like you guys did something really stupid last night? These two are brother and sister. They're twins, and they made out last night. Oof, that's pretty fucked up, man. Well, they didn't sleep. Did they? They didn't. No, they didn't sleep together. Oh, just made out. Oh, okay. You guys tried the absinthe, didn't you? Yes, they did. Say no more. Get in. And so they make it to Berlin, where eventually Scotty finds where Mika actually lives, and he goes to her apartment and he finds her father there. Cooper goes along with him, and it turns out that Mika left a few days ago. She's actually doing a trip because she's actually really into like history and everything. So she's a history buff. And so while Scott and Mika's father actually talk, her little brother in the background is actually puts a little Hitler mustache on himself, and he does the stance, and he does like the freaking walk and everything. And Cooper's freaking out like Scotty, and the father and Scotty are just talking normally to each other while this whole thing's happening in the background. They don't even notice. So eventually they found out where Mika is, and they actually want to. And so where is she? She went to Italy to the Vatican. Shit, and they're out of money too. I'm just kidding. It turns out Jamie sold his expensive camera, and so that way they go straight go find Mika. So they make it down to Rome, and they head to this one tourist area that's actually giving the tour, and it's actually the creepy Italian guy that actually had the information to begin with. So yeah, they meet him again. Mhm. Unbelievable. Again, this is actually one of the many deleted scenes. So why it was kept out of the movie, I have no idea. They should have kept it in there. It would have been like perfect payoff. But oh well. So we finally see Mika actually at the Vatican, and the guys actually wound up sneaking in by Jenny convincing the guard that Cooper was very, very special, if you know what I mean. And so they go, so Jamie actually does the tour, and it turns out one of their English speaking, and it turns out the Vatican asked him if he could actually go on, actually assist with another tour because the fact their English speaking tour guide actually called in sick. So he's like, okay. While this is happening, Cooper and Scott sneak off and trying to find Nika, and they just missed her by just by 1 minute. They go into like a forbidden room in the Vatican where the Pope actually gets knighted as Pope, and thanks to Cooper's stupidityness, do a bit of a fire hazard where shenanigans ensure, and well, they think, and the tourists like, Pope is dead. The Pope has died. No, oh God. They see smoke. They see white smoke. They've elected the new Pope. Jamie's going to the tour. Wow, they've actually a Pope dies and they have a new Pope in just under 15 minutes. Wow, that's got to be a record. You see Jenny going, or the rest. Anyway, amongst the stupidity that happens, everybody's out in the courtyard, Mika included, and guess what happens? Like Scotty actually has one of the Pope hats on, and well, he starts to open the window trying to air the whole thing out because of the smoke, and well, he comes out the door. Anyway, he opens the balcony door, and everyone cheers him as the new Pope. And the Pope is watching the TV like, "What the hell is this? I mean, what is this? God, why?" He sees Mika, he yells at Mika, "Don't move," and he makes his way down. So by sliding down the flagpole, everyone's like, "Hmm, he's good. Yeah, he's good. I mean, yeah, he's good. All right, not bad. Yeah, Mika." And while the guards actually try to stop him, but guess who shows up? Brad Maynard shows up. That's right. Vinny Jones is back, and he actually curses the guy out. Boy, I hate you, you little bastard, you goddamn Italian bastard. But I'm actually Swiss. I you know, it's okay to hate him. You know, yeah, I do hate you. Well, I hate you guys too. Man, this is just really weird. You think? I mean, come on. Uh, anyway, so they actually want to. So yeah, the guards actually back off, and they actually go to Mika, where Scotty confesses his love, and this whole thing is live on television. And what happens? Mika denies his request. Yep, the whole trip was for nothing. And they actually just remain friends. And okay, I'm just kidding. That was actually the alternate ending they actually originally filmed, but it was so heavily hated. They actually went with the other ending instead, which is the one we got. So what they do? Mika and Scotty actually go to a confessional booth and make love. That's all I'm going to say. Although a woman comes in there and wants to try to confess, only to get mooned by Scotty as he's making love to Mika. Although supposedly the cut scene actually shows her coming back and actually getting aroused by it, though, and she's telling him what to do, and then she winds up grabbing a random guy from like the one of the pews and actually takes him into the confessional booth and does him in there. Wow, that's some hot shit when you think about it. So, hilarious though, but still. So yeah, basically Mika actually admits she actually was in love with Scotty when they first met each other. So yeah, they actually got to know each other even a lot more, and well, they actually just did it in the Vatican, in a confessional booth, no less. And where are the others? Well, they're back at the tour guide place, and well, Cooper's actually disappointed. It's like, man, this sucks. Jamie scored accidentally the second time, and Cooper scored. I didn't get shit. And Jamie's like, yeah, I know, I want some hot European sex too. And they just both look at each other like, wait a minute. Oh, oh, wow. Okay, didn't see that one coming. So anyway, they, so eventually they all get together after Mika leaves to go on the cruise ship. Eventually, some guy actually meets the group and he asks Jamie, "Young man, you were an amazing tour guide." Well, thank you. He's like, "Where'd you learn all this stuff?" By this by the book on Franz. I mean, he does a really good job though, but I actually put some more stuff in there that probably he didn't know. So I just kind of went back and forth between improvising and doing with his stuff. Well, you did it pretty well. It looks like it's something he would say anyway. Well, yeah, I'm a bit of a fan. And I'm sorry, sir. What's your name? Franz. What? He shows him the ID. It turns out it's the guy. It's actually one of his. It's actually one of the guys he admired as a historian. It's like, holy shit! He actually got to meet the guy he admired. Wow, go figure. And he actually wound up getting a summer internship with the guy too. Awesome. So he actually wants to stay in Europe for the rest of the summer, and eventually it works for him. while Jenny to Cooper and Scotty go back to the States. And before they actually head back to the States, they decide Jenny and Cooper decide to have a little mischievous fun. They join the Mile High Club. Yeah, and you hear Cooper go, "This still counts as Europe, right?" Well, unless they unless they land in America, it still counts. Also depends on the airline too, am I right? Several months later, Scotty and Mika actually continue running to each other, and he actually now is now in college, but he's not doing the med route that he was originally going to go to. Nope, he's actually going to study history and German because it's actually something he actually wants to try doing from now on and staying away from the medical field. As for Jenny and Cooper, they actually continue seeing each other. Oh, and by the way, earlier about Cooper's job, while they were at the airport, his boss called him and he says, and they overhear the words fired, and they go, "Oh, he lost the job." No, actually, no man, I actually got promoted. The other guy got fired. You do realize if this was reality, that you would have actually would have been the one getting fired, right? I'm just saying. Well, whatever. So anyway, Scotty's waiting for his new roommate to show up, and as he's waiting for his new roommate, he's calling Jenny and Cooper, and while they're checking, seeing how he's doing, and Cooper sees a guy doing the robot thing. He grabs a baseball bat. "Come here, you fucking robot!" And he probably beats the shit out of him. While Jenny tries to calm him down. At this point, Scotty's new roommate shows up, and it's Mika. What? Why is she here? It's like, oh, believe it or not, they actually thought I was a guy. Uh, Let me guess your name. It's because of the fact that they thought it said Mike, right? Yep. So wait, you're my roommate? Mm-hmm. This is my room. I'm your roommate. And so they make love again. And next thing you know, as this happens, like, okay, Cooper's yelling on the phone, it's like, "Scotty, are you making love to your roommate? What the hell are you doing?" And the green little fairy shows up again and goes, "Man, this is bullshit." Although I'm happy for the guy. Anyway, the end, folks. See ya. And then we see a gag reel and some of the deleted scenes from the movie that didn't make the cut during the credit sequence as the song Sky Doesn't Know plays. And I'm just going to say, yeah, that song really fucking sucks. And honestly, it's a real piece of shit. So, like I said earlier, it would have been hilarious as hell if Scott was actually reading the newspaper and actually said that the song Sky Doesn't Know that actually became a huge hit later was discovered to be about an underage teenage girl, and the band actually later got arrested for actually having a gangbang with her, and she was arrested later on, and the song has now been banned throughout the world. And this, and also the band has to pay royalties to the guy the song was based on. That would have been even more hilarious. But hey, I'm just saying, it would have been beyond hilarious if that actually happened. But we didn't get that. It would have been nice if we did, though. Would have been nice if we did. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was EuroTrip. And what do I think of this movie? Well, I think it's okay. Yeah, as far as an early 2000s sex comedy is concerned, yeah, you can basically thank American Pie for this sex comedy trend. That was a huge thing back in the late 90s, early 2000s. That continued on during the 2000s with a ton of straight to video releases. But, shit, as I said, American Pie, that means eventually I might have to do the American Pie series. But there's a ton of sexual content in that thing. I don't think my channel can actually handle that thing alone. So, Troy, if you're watching this, looks like I found something you and I can actually do a crossover with. I got a feeling we should probably get our buddy One Shoe Wonder in this as well, because who knows, maybe it might actually work out for him too. But either way, that was Eurotrip. Is it better than Road Trip by any means? Well, to be fair, I actually did like Road Trip a lot more too. I mean, Road Trip was fucking hilarious. This one was also just as good. Honestly, it's an okay film series. It's an okay film. Do I recommend it? Well, be prepared for a ton of sexual jokes and a lot of ridiculous, crude humor. And if you really hate the song Sky Doesn't Know, just hit the fast forward button as quickly as you can. Otherwise, you're basically screwed. Well, now I finally did a film with Michelle in it. Although I actually do have another film she's in too, but it's actually one of the worst films from the '90s, and I don't want to review that film anytime soon yet. That being said, what's the next film I'm going to do? Wait, next week is St. Patrick's Day. Holy shit! Am I going to do a St. Patrick's Day style movie? Nah. I mean, I would do the Leprechaun series, but I don't have any of those movies, so fuck it. I don't know what we got here. Oh, got some films over here I can look at. Huh. I see one of the worst sci-fi films ever made here. So you know what? Next week, I'm going to do a really bad sci-fi film that was actually marketed going to be a huge hit, but it's also one of the biggest flops of all time. Oh yeah. So until the next time, I will take a look at a film based entirely on a book from Scientology, and the film was a massive fuck up. Felix Frank, signing out. See you all next week.